Ladies and gentlemen, I am the American Spy Fox, and ever since the virus came along a couple years ago and turned our world upside down, leaving most of us stranded at home to find new hobbies, new ways to entertain ourselves, even new ways to be employed, I have been meticulously analyzing and dissecting Dave Grohl's drumming and what makes it so great. What I have found is Dave uses very simple, easy techniques that anyone could learn within his drumming, and he's done it from the time he was in Scream, through Nirvana, into Queens of the Stone Age, into the Foo Fighters. I have found very easy, simple techniques that I can teach to anyone to make your drumming just as great as Dave Grohl's drumming. This is the first video in a whole series of numerous drum techniques utilized by Dave Grohl. Whether you've procrastinated about learning drums, whether you just started learning drums, or whether you've been playing drums for 27 years like me, I can teach you these very simple techniques that Dave Grohl utilizes within his own drumming, and you can put it in your drumming and be just as great. I already have 10 different techniques utilized by Dave Grohl. 2 techniques will come out per week over the next several weeks. Yes, they will get a little more advanced as we go on, but I am convinced that I can teach these to anyone, and anyone can incorporate these techniques into their own drumming vocabulary. I'm going to keep it super simple. There will be no measures on the screen. There will be no mathematical equations. There will be no odd timing. Dave Grohl's a straight up drummer. He's a very, very simplistic drummer, just like Kurt Cobain was a very, very simplistic guitarist. So what makes him so special? We're not going to use any musical jargon. You don't have to know any theory. You don't have to know advanced drumming. Just watch the damn videos and then practice the steps. And think about these little tiny easy things that make his drumming cooler than if those little things weren't there. And then I'll record more. If you haven't subscribed and you want to know what makes Dave Grohl's drumming so freaking great, you need to watch this series. One more thing before we get started, I can guarantee you that with each new video, with each new technique that you learn of Dave Grohl's from his little drumming toolkit, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to think to yourself, why didn't I think of that? Why don't I do that? When I say they are very simplistic, they're ridiculously simplistic things, but minus them, take them away from the track, and it's just a normal, average rock drummer. The first thing that you need to know about Nirvana Aneurysm is Dave Grohl himself played it different at different shows. If you watch drummers online who have done covers of it, you might notice that they play it differently. The way I'm going to teach you how to play Nirvana's Aneurysm, at least this section of the song, which is a very unique linear beat incorporating triplets, is the way Dave Grohl played it live at the Paramount. I watched the video in slow motion to see what Dave was doing. This particular performance, this is how he played it. The second thing you need to know if you're a beginner drummer and you have no clue what a triplet is, it's simply 3 notes in quick succession. John Bonham was very, very famous for his shredding fast triplets around the drum set, which he would often use to do drum solos. It could be right, left, kick, or kick, left, right, anywhere on the drum set. I'm going to go ahead and show you the 2 different ways that Dave incorporates triplets into this linear beat, so there's no confusion when we get to the quick, simple steps. The first one is simply right, left, kick. The second one is a little tricky. It's right, left, right. He does a triplet with his sticks and then puts in a quick kick. Another thing you need to know is whenever you come down on the floor tom, it is accompanied with the bass kick. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it might be hard to see what my leg is doing. If this becomes a thing and more people like these quick, simple drum instructions, I'll probably get another camera for my foot. Just know that when you come down on the floor tom, it's always accompanied with a kick. So when you do your triplet, either one of them is immediately followed by another bass strike with the floor tom. The last thing that you need to know gets into counting the bars and all that boring stuff we're trying to stay away from. So when you start out the beat, it's 2 kicks, start the beat. Every other measure is 3 kicks. I'm first going to go ahead and play the whole thing for you slowly, and then we'll break it down into simple steps. Hopefully you noticed that when I started out, it was with 2 kicks, and then every time I came back around through the 1, 3 kicks. As well, the first 2 bars utilize the first triplet, right, left, kick, floor tom and bass. And then the third bar, he utilizes the right, left, right, kick, kick with the bass.